Welcome, welcome. Take a seat. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. We got a lot to talk about. This is going to be an all signs tarot energy reading with a soul report at the end. You guys don't want to miss this. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on in. Take a seat. Come on in. We elemental beings. We elemental beings. We elemental beings.
Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? Pray everyone is having a fruitful as well as an eventful day. Just working my energies out on my drum. High Priestess bought me a drum, so I'm experimenting with it. Having a lot of fun with it. And yeah man, we have a tarot / energy read, all sign energy reading. And we're gonna do it a little differently. We got a strong format. And as we go into this reading, I want to drop a quick download. And the download is, as you're going through what you're going through, it's known as circumstance. That's what it's called. Like the situations that we in, we attribute it to circumstance, right? Like everything is circumstance. But the one thing about circumstance, and the error that we make, I could use the word, the erroneous error, right? Erroneous error, like it's a double error. Like what we do with circumstances is we associate the conditions of the circumstances so far away from us that when something goes wrong, we say, oh, it's circumstances, or we say circumstances happen, right? But the thing I learned about circumstances is this. When we're going through circumstances, they may not define who we are, but they are a direct result of something that's within us, right? It's something so deep within us that causes our circumstance, right? That it works like this. If you become an individual that's driven and you strong, right? Because it requires strength. Why? Because the world is always changing and becoming more powerful. So if you become weaker, you will not be fit to make it where you're trying to go. It's just pure truth. Like your circumstances, they are in correlation with the way that you think and the way that you are, right? Period. So if you find yourself in a negative circumstance and you know that you higher and above your circumstance, that means that it's required for you to go through that circumstance to knock a weakness away from you. And until that weakness fall away, you're going to continue to meet that circumstance. Because the divine is trying to, you got to realize the power of God is a strength, right? This is why the only way we grow in spirit is we begin to make sacrifices in the flesh. That's the only, you will never grow in spirit. Why? Because the way of spiritual growth is strength. It requires you to become strong in areas. Like, we want success, but look at how much we shirk the minor duties, which is known as the rudiments, right? The rudiments of success don't lie in shirking your everyday duties because you don't like them, right? You gotta perform them in order to bring in what it is that you really want. But it doesn't work as long as you say, my circumstances, right? That's an energy that goes on outside of myself, right? It's not. It's you, like, because you can find yourself in the best place, right? And it's noted. This should be noted. Every time we reach a certain aspect of growth, we do create opportunity for blessings. But I want you to always remember, you create far more opportunities for destruction and derailment and self-sabotage. Nothing don't come. It's like, I heard a wise man say one time, it's just like every other thing in my life. It's not necessarily that easy, but it's not necessarily that hard. That's going to be your balance, right? Throughout your journey. And the only way you're going to experience pure joy or pure success is to realize, for one thing, it's never all about money. It's about karma, and it's about wisdom. They more valuable than money. That you want to know what's more valuable? Let me tell you why. Because our old folks' pension, right? Because think about it. We work, most of us, unless we superstars. We work, and we accumulate what's known as a pension, and that's supposed to carry us when we get old, right? That's what. Now, what's more better, freeing up your bloodline or establishing a pension? That's why life is not all about money. Success is not all about money. It's not. Money is a rudiment of success. It is. Money answereth all things. So money is never the root of evil. The love of money is the root of evil because it drives you to decadent and base thoughts. And your thoughts, they're going to reflect your circumstances. Like, and always remember, y'all, like, and I'm just going through it. When we looking at circumstances, when you aiming to be right, and you know within your heart, your heart is becoming essentially the fabric of what righteousness is, right? Not religion, righteousness. So when you get into that place, it's important that you realize your circumstances, everything that you used to responding to you in one way is going to be forced to respond to you a different way. And it's because you reaching for something that's substantial. And it do look like, before I back out, it's always going to look like the people that do wrong are getting ahead.
Right.
They never getting ahead.
That's an illusion.
It's never, listen, the minute that you understand that, it's the minute that you realize, okay, this is the rudiment of health. Dig this. I'm going to tell you. A person that look like they getting ahead and you look like you behind, but you making sacrifices. They small, right? But they really mean big in spirit. But in the 3D, it's like, well, this person run around and eat anything they want and they get money recklessly and they just live the life. And here I am struggling to change my diet around and struggling to give up my vices. And it seems like I'm not getting ahead. This person is, that's because you looking at life wrong. You still haven't, you have to allow your third eye to decalcify a little more so that you can see this reality. If I'm making sacrifices in my diet, High Priestess, and I want to be healthy and I want to be I want to be successful, right? Mm-hmm. The rudiment of that is that I got to begin to build my body, so because it's going to require me to run. Mm-hmm. So I got to eat right. So when the money comes, I don't got to spend the money back to pay for health ailments that I created along the way. Mm-hmm. That's the rudiment. So while you struggling with the rudiment, you're not realizing it's producing a bigger fruit. Mm-hmm. But you have to, when you understand that, then it can translate into the 3D. Mm-hmm. Long as you look at the tasks and the mundane, like, man, I'm just always gotta do this, right? Mm-hmm. It's not on manifested in. You gotta begin to really, I'm talking about, you gotta really begin to see like where like, man, the little improvements that I'm making, they gonna avail me way more much than what they doing over there.
And that's real. It's almost like saying, you know, you have to literally see yourself where you want to be. You have to physically be able, you have to physically, mentally be able to see yourself in the position that you want to be in life in order for you to get there. Because if you can't see yourself there, you'll never make it there.
No doubt. No doubt. And we just dropping a little science as y'all come along, enjoying the reading.
We about to tap into your energy.
Absolutely.
We about to tap into y'all energy. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, I had a download when I was in the shower. You know, I connect with Spirit a lot in the shower. And, you know, Spirit was like, you know, you humans just worry about everything and never see the big picture. And I'm like, well, Spirit, what do you mean? And Spirit was like, well, you know, think about all the times where, you know, you may be lacking here, or, you know, you need a push here, or you need guidance here, or you need assistance here. And I sent maybe something small, right? Mm-hmm. And when I sent this something small, there was something still bigger that needed to be tackled. But you didn't even be, you weren't even, you guys can't even see the little thing that I sent to show you that I'm giving you relief. It's coming little by little. It's kind of like, you know, imagine taking one of those rapid release Tylenols or something, right? Where you get a little bit every 12 hours or however it goes. It's like, you know, Spirit is like, I release a little bit to you guys at a time just to see if you even catch it. And a lot of times you humans don't even catch it, but I just love y'all so much. And I'm like, Spirit, that's so real, you know, because the energy of evil wants us to look at everything that's wrong, right?
All the time.
Sometimes we can't, you know, what you say, we good at, we good at losing, but we knew at winning,
good at losing,
right?
But we knew at winning,
right? And that's what I thought about. You know, we are so trained in our minds to look at everything that is happening in the negative that we forget about the small things. So you could be forgetting about the small things, Divine Being. Okay.
And also, Spirit is wanting us to begin to see past the illusions of. Okay, and what I mean by that is like, some of you all have been done wrong by people, like, and it's kind of like you're not necessarily waiting on anything to happen to them, but you're waiting on the situation to improve, or you're waiting on justice. And it's like when you catch a glimpse of them, it's like, man, they don't look like they suffering, or they don't look like. It doesn't even look, it look like I'm suffering, right? That's the way you could be feeling like, because we are all forced to get a glimpse at our karmic or their energy. Meaning they could just be in association with somebody and you see that person on your social media feed and it may instantly bring you to thinking, well, look, and I want you to understand from a spiritual standpoint, it's all an illusion. This is how things really work, y'all. When the devil is losing ground and losing leverage, he has to put forth the most splendid illusion, right? Because the devil is he's a orchestrator of symphonies, right? This is what he do. He's musical. So what he does is he takes life and he begins to orchestrate symphonies, right? Meaning you will see somebody that, it's like this person done you so dirty, and every time they pop up, they look good, right? But you have to realize and see beyond the illusion. When people smile hard and they take their best picture and they post it at their best angle and they get the camera, their best rhythm, behind that all is the greatest insecurity. Always remember that. Begin to look at things that you see as visual perfection and see behind the imperfection. Begin to understand that the person that you see that affects you when you look at their social media feed is glamour magic, right? And this is a form of glamour magic. Let's say I want to send a rhythm to affect you, High Priestess. And let's say I'm your karmic. And I'm in another state, but I got this karmic energy where I know everything I do is going to get you. So what do? I take 74 pictures, right? And then I add 17 filters, all to get one picture that I'm going to post on social media that I know you're going to see. Yeah. That's glamour magic. So when you see those pictures that get you like that, see beyond the illusion, because a person can be sitting in, it's almost like you looking at the image that they posted in the scenario that they created, but really they could be living in regret, they could be living in pain, they could be living in agony, they could be living in misery, they could be living in filth, right? And you can't allow these, we can't continue to allow these illusions that drive us, because it's spiritual. Always remember, when the devil is losing, he gonna come with this splendid illusion of not losing, right? That's the play. That's always been the energy of evil, to pretend, right? Start seeing things that have a source and being aware of things that don't have a source. Like, what am I saying? When you come into things that resonate with your soul, don't be so quick to dismiss them, right? Even when you on your feed, right? Because God, the Spirit said we speaking to our social media world is traumatized, right? All of us, many of us. So what we do is, even the best of us, we find ourselves on our phone, strolling through those little things, them clips. You know how you get stuck on them clips, right? But I want you to say, I'm not judging. There's no judgment at all. This is what we do. We realize that this is us. This is where we living at. So how do we deal with it, Hierophant? Begin as you sifting through those clips. When you hear something resonate with your soul, grab a pen and write it down. It's the education of the divine going on. See, all this artificial intelligence and all of this, none of it means nothing. God still is. God still is. Like, it's never going to be a time where a computer or anything will ever be smarter than a man, because the divine still is. It's just about us. All of that is an illusion, a grand illusion. So if you find yourself struggling to get out of the matrix, that's why you on them clips, because you trying to learn from strolling. It's nothing wrong with it. It's the onset of knowledge, but
that's real.
Stroll past what's popular and what resonate with your soul. Write it down, and always remember, life's journey is toward the soul's destiny. So don't ignore your soul. People pass through this whole life, don't know who they are, because we get into one thing. Spirit says it, and I want you to take this on all spectrums. One thing that prohibit us: religion. Religion is designed to push you away from your soul, right? In a sense of gaining spirit. And there's nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you something. Access to your soul gonna gain you spiritual inheritance and wealth and everything else. It's your soul. Because why? Life's journey is toward the soul's destiny. At the end, y'all, we doing things that's don't all right. Wow. They even tell us in religion, your soul gonna go here or your soul gonna go there. Right? So if my soul is gonna go here or there, I should focus more on my soul then, right? Because at the end it's saying what? The soul is going, I never heard no religious text say a person's spirit ends up in, it says their soul, right? So we chase spirit and become ignorant to soul. Do you realize your soul is your authority, right? I can say it, and it's true. Jesus was the authority, right? But what's an authority without power? See, Christ was an authority. He was never the power. He was a power, but he was not the power. He already said that. My Father got many mansions, so to speak. When he was speaking of his Father, you know what he's speaking of? A higher form of energy, right? That's above him. Many of us call it Elohim. Some call it Yahweh. Many call it different things. Allah, right? This is an energy that supersedes the vessel of the man or the prophet or any of these people. All of these people that walk in these flesh, they always refer to a source greater, right? That's the source. That's it right there. That's what we're dealing with. So your soul knows this. You know how I know? Back to the energy of the Bible one time. Remember they said, in real life, Jesus was on the mountaintop with Elijah and Moses, right? He was refined in his natural body. Do you get that? Like that is a person that had a spiritual eye that saw that moment, right? Now in the 3D, it could have looked like a man in the dark just praying. But to a person that has, this man is on a mountain with Elijah and Moshe, right? And him. This is the same thing that we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be on the mountains with our ancestors, with our people. That's attached to the knowledge of your soul. Your soul knows. So again, as we stroll through the feeds, when it resonates with your soul, write it down. Right? Put it in your phone. Learn from it. Don't just be a person that's taking 1,000 feet because your energy gonna be everywhere. You're gonna be susceptible to anything and you're gonna fall victim to everything. Become solid in your energy and follow the mind of your soul. Right? Like a lot of practices that shamanic practices, heavy Buddhist practices, even heavy Christian religion, faith is leading you honestly back to the knowledge of your soul. Your soul is going to know, right? So let that resonate through you. You can feel your soul. You can feel things that resonate with your soul. They grip you in a different kind of way, right? See, when a thing grip you, okay, Spirit, when a thing grip you in your soul, it make you want to go question your pastor, or it make you want to go question your old heads about it. Like, wait a minute, you know, it's something in me that's telling me that. And it is. It's the essence of the universe. The essence of the universe, let me tell you something. Before we as men grab any religion, there was the divine. Before they ever wrote anything down and anybody could follow anything, that was the energy of the divine. When people first begin to express that energy, they did things like we got on this candle. See, this is the sigil of Archangel Michael. And on the blue candle is the sigil of Gabriel, right? Because we graduated to the understanding of the divine before all this came in. See, it's spirit, y'all. It's evil and good. That's it. We learn all of these spirits, but then we distort all the energy because we begin to take in too much and we get away from what the soul knows. See, sometimes you gotta put the book down and sit back and just be like, wow, what's been said to me? You know how the soul shows us things? Thank you. The soul begins to show us what dwells in the souls of other men, right? And women. Meaning, you ever put somebody up here on a pedestal and you reverence them, and so to speak. And then as you begin to grow through life, you begin to see the person in a different light because your soul is beginning to reveal aspects of that person in you, and it's taken away, right? And a lot of times, the soul becomes a reflection of itself, right? So, you know what's in your soul. If you're a seeker of right, if you're a seeker of truth, you're a person that will stand up in front of a congregation, and when they say, raise your hand if you're dirty, you be like, that's a person that's authentically in their soul, right? When you like that, you can't help but see the dirt in others, right? So you gotta realize that's a blessing right there. You have knowledge of your soul. Let that resonate and be bigger. And if it's a question that you have about anything you stand in that you believe, when your soul telling you different, you gotta learn how to be like, I have a question, right? Because when your soul is pushing you to ask the question, understand that's your high vibrational ancestors. That's the flow of the universe. That's what God truly is, right? That's God trying to reveal himself to you in the truest sense. Many won't get that because it is not meant for many to get, you know? Like, but those of you who do, who are attracted to our energy, you already have gifts. So you already have this understanding. You already have these questions raising in from your soul. Your ancestors are, they funny. See, the ancestors, they petty. They'd be like, what about what they said? It don't add up. This ask yourself, it don't add up. And then you be in your mind like, is I'm crazy? Let me go pray, right? And your ancestors be like, no. Don't pray, sit up with your eyes open. Go ask the question. And then we force them out. We be like, let me go pray. I'm going into the devil's mind state. And your ancestors be like, no. And God be like, they ain't gonna get it. Right? No lie, God be like, the ancestors be like, no. There's a chance for that, but they gonna get it. Don't go pray. Get up for a minute. Stand up. Be still and know that he is God. Like the words say. See, you praying too much. But the words say be still, right? The ancestors, they get to telling you your own Bible and everything. Right? Because we do. We forget any of the essence of the doctrines that we learn. We forget them because we get trapped in tradition. See, meaning like your holy book will tell you do one thing, but the way it's done will be a different thing. So we'll go and do it the way it's done, but the holy book ain't tell you do it the way it's done. Do it the way that they've been doing it. The holy book telling you do it that way. The holy book, when you nervous and you can't undecided, the holy book ain't saying go pray for real. The holy book say be still and know that he is God. Be still, right? Be still in yourself. When you be still, you're not
allowing the anxiety to really flow through you, right?
Come on.
You're taking that moment to really, know that he is he is God, right? Like that kind of energy. That's real.
That's reality.
I love how you broke that down.
That's reality, y'all. Like, that's what we dealing with. Like,
that's real.
So let's get with it. We're gonna
like that breakdown.
We get ready to jump ahead, or we're supposed to be doing. So let's get to what we're supposed to be doing.
All right, let's go. We about to tap into your energy.
All right, y'all. So let's clarify,
and
then we're gonna jump into these readings. By water, we connect with spirit, through pure intent.
Okay, so there's something about the name Jonathan. I heard